very much, thank you. Very interesting. They come up a lot of times with something that goes with the service, or just makes us know that we are loved. Well, I have a special announcement.
You do?
Yes, sort of, kind of. Jackie Hawkins was ordained at the same time, went to school in ministry with Robin Plant. So she's been coming and being sort of a special member of our congregation here for a while, and we finally get to hear her side of the story.
You need that part.
So I just use
I
this.
just did that side right there.
Good morning.
Good morning.
As my Reiki master said to me this morning, I am a healing presence.
There you go.
And each of you is a healing presence. So say that with me. I am a healing presence. That helps to anchor me. And I hope it helps to anchor you. My title this morning is How Does Your Garden Grow? How does your garden grow? Gardens, I believe, can be a metaphor for life. Some gardens are filled with aromatic, brilliant flowers. And they're there for us to enjoy them. They're also there for the birds and the bees and the butterflies to get the nectar. And then we have the vegetable gardens, the herb gardens that are there to assist us in ensuring that we live healthy lives, that we eat our vegetables. Yes. And that we enjoy all of the good that nature has for us. But gardens are like life. Both gardens require planting, care, and maintenance. Both require initial selection, selecting the seeds, envisioning what the purpose of that garden will be. Whether it is purely ornamental, whether it is just for our enjoyment, whether it is through the visual or through our nostrils, through the smell, or whether they are here for us, again, to partake. Your life garden also requires planting, care, and maintenance. It requires selection. Selecting from the seed ideas, the divine seed ideas that enter your thought sphere. Planting the seeds of those ideas into the soil of your conscious and subconscious. And then cultivating those seeds into whatever it is that you have envisioned as your garden's ultimate purpose and beauty. This process of growth and development is both intentional and unintentional from a spiritual perspective, physical and mental. This is why it is so important to be mindful of what seed ideas we're selecting and nurturing. And so, what are you thinking? What are you believing? What are you expressing in your life? Our Unity co-founder, Myrtle Fillmore, said, "Life is a school. In the beginning, God created man in his own image and likeness, even as he created the little seed to bring forth its kind. As lives the flower in the seed, so lives Christ in me. As lives the flower in the seed, so lives Christ in you. And you. And me. The Christ, the divine, lives in you, as you. Our true beauty, our true nature and essence resides within each of us. And it is our task to nurture it. It is our task to nurture it with compassion through acts of love, to support its full expression in ourselves, in our children, in our world. Therefore, each of us is the gardener of our lives. And how we tend it matters. What we do with our lives matters. You know, we often hold in awe the beauty of well-manicured gardens, don't we? Yeah. But you know what? Well-manicured gardens take a lot of time and attention. We must weed out those weeds, right? That sometimes invade our gardens, our physical gardens. You are a part of God's glorious garden. And as you select your seeds and nurture your gardens and weed out those things that do not promote the beauty in you and in our world, that is our task. So Christ lives in you, and as you attend to your potential spiritually, mentally, and physically, your beauty will be made manifest in your life. And tending to your inherent beauty includes spending time with people who expand your understanding of the world, of the universe, as well as those who support you no matter what you do or how you come across. In Unity, we are blessed that we honor and support a diversity of views and expressions. Yet we are still challenged in this human experience to expand our acceptance of others. The politics of exclusion that seems to be currently operating in our country and around the world have done much to plant damaging seeds of inequality, impoverishment, and violence. However, just as one must weed out the weeds in our physical gardens, we must weed out that which does not serve the flourishing of human life. It is important that we weed out all that does not honor and promote the dignity of all humanity. And so, in this context, how is your garden growing? How is your garden growing? As divine gardeners, we are, each and every one of us is equipped to do what is required of us. We are love. We have courage. We have strength. We have wisdom. The wisdom to discern what is ours to do, what promotes humanity, what promotes the beauty that resides within us, what assists us in cultivating that which serves our common good, as well as what serves our individual good. We are divine gardeners. And just as every variety of plant has its own unique purpose, we have our own unique purpose as human beings. We have a purpose for good. And it is necessary that we examine our purpose. Plants don't have to examine their purpose. But as human beings, it's important that we examine our lives to discern what needs weeding out and what needs cultivating. As divinely human gardeners, it is part of our task to do so. Each of us has within us the opportunity to create a garden that is as gorgeous as the picture that you see here today. Each of us is equipped with the love, the strength, the courage, the wisdom to do so. We must weed out what is poisonous and does not promote our well-being. We must weed out that which stunts our growth and the growth of others. Because as gardeners, it is our task to ensure that the flowers we are tending, and that includes ourselves, last a long, long time and is healthy. I'd like to share with you very quickly a poem by Joyce Rupp. She puts it this way: flowers last a long, long time if they have what they need. Why is it that I neglect myself? I need to feed on beauty, walk more often under starlight, listen to the wind, and rest my weariness. Then my flowers will last a long, long time. When we see and hear something that harms one of us, as divine gardeners, we cannot allow it to continue to grow. We must weed it out. Yet there are times as good gardeners, we've done all the weeding. We've been good gardeners in our lives, for ourselves and others. But there are times when our efforts are only acknowledged and appreciated when we are no longer in the physical. And I'd like to share another poem that I believe is an example of that. A small, needful fact is that Eric Garner worked for some time for Parks and Rec Horticultural Department, which means perhaps that with his very large hands, perhaps, in all likelihood, he put gently into the earth some plants which most likely, some of them in all likelihood, continue to grow. Continue to do what such plants do, like house and feed small and necessary creatures, like being pleasant to touch and smell, like converting sunlight into food, like making it easier for us to breathe. Every day we have the opportunity and the task to do our work as gardeners. The beauty and abundance of our lives and our planet depend on it. And so in honor of all master and minor gardeners who have planted seeds, cultivated and nurtured life-promoting words and actions, and weeded out policies and practices that stifle the well-being of humanity, we speak their and your name into this sacred space. We acknowledge you and appreciate you. Together, Charles Fillmore, Myrtle Fillmore, James Dillett Freeman, Johnny Coleman, Jesus Christ, Coretta Scott King, Martin Luther King Jr., Unity of Carlsbad, Fannie Lou Hamer, John Lewis, Langston Hughes, James Baldwin, Eleanor Roosevelt, Mahatma Gandhi, Mother Teresa, Nelson Mandela, Confucius, the Buddha, you. Now speak your name into this sacred space. Jackie. And in closing, please affirm with me. How does my garden grow? It grows from divine love, compassion, courage, strength, and wisdom that I am. And so it is.